Hey everyone, today we're jumping into a really powerful story, an allegory that gets you thinking about a pretty deep question: where does courage really come from? So let's dive right in. It all kicks off with this one chilling line. I mean, can you imagine the world you know, and then one day the sun is just gone? This is the crisis that sets the entire story in motion. All right, so for our first part, we need to understand just how bad things got and what this world was like before it all went dark. Our story is set in this magical kingdom called Liora, and you have to picture a place that's always been in perfect harmony, a world powered by this great, constant source of light. And this right here really shows you the whiplash. On one side, you have life before, powered by a light crystal, bright skies, a world totally in balance. But then, look at the other side. Total, endless darkness. And what comes with that? Widespread panic. Everyone jumps to the same conclusion. Some enemy must have stolen the crystal. So all this chaos and fear, it's actually what sets the stage for a hero to rise up. But, it's not the hero anyone would have expected. And here she is, meet Arya. She's not some legendary warrior or a powerful sorceress. The story makes it really clear. She's timid, she's small, she even gets made fun of for it. She is the definition of an unlikely hero. And this is the question just hanging in the air over the entire kingdom. Everyone's paralyzed with fear, they're all blaming some imaginary enemy, so who's actually going to do something? Well, the answer is Arya. While everyone else is busy pointing fingers, she just goes, all by herself. With nothing but some old whispers and glowing fireflies to guide her, she makes her way right to the heart of the problem, the crystal cave, where the light is supposed to come from. And this brings us right to the climax of the story, the big reveal. Because what Arya finds in that cave, it changes absolutely everything. So what's in there? What did she find after that long journey? Was it a monster? A thief caught red-handed? Or just nothing at all? No, the crystal, it was right there where it always was. But as she got closer, she saw her own reflection staring back at her holding it. It hadn't been stolen. It had just gone dark. And here it is, the big twist. The story reveals that the crystal's light was never its own. It was just a reflection of the people's spirit. There was no external enemy. The thing that caused the darkness was their own collective fear, a fear that Arya herself felt so deeply. So you see, everyone assumed the problem was out there, a stolen object, an external threat that needed a physical quest. But the actual problem? The real problem was in here. It was an internal barrier of fear that required a journey for courage. So once Arya finally understands the real problem, well, the solution becomes crystal clear. And that brings us to our final act, the resolution. Standing there, realizing the truth, Arya doesn't do some big, flashy magic spell. She does something way simpler and honestly a lot harder. She reaches out, touches the crystal, and just whispers two words: I believe. She chose to believe in herself, in the light, in the idea that dawn could actually come back. And the effect was instantaneous. That one single act of personal courage, of choosing belief instead of fear, that was enough. The crystal lit up, the cave was filled with light, and right at that moment, all across the kingdom of Liora, the sun rose. So when she came back, she wasn't that small, timid girl anymore. The same people who used to mock her were now celebrating her. She had a new name, the girl who brought back the dawn. Her journey was complete. The whole story boils down to these beautiful, simple truths. The greatest power we have isn't something we find, it's the courage we already have inside us. It's a reminder that fear is the thing that really holds us back and dims our own potential. And maybe most importantly, that even the smallest person can make the biggest, brightest change. And that really brings us to the final question, one for you to think about. See, the story of Liora is an allegory. It's meant to be a mirror, so it's worth asking yourself, what darkness in our own lives is maybe just caused by fear? And what incredible light are you holding inside, just waiting to be unlocked by a simple act of courage?